What's up guys, Mr. Very here, and welcome to part 2 of my Fire Emblem Let's Play. So, we're at Castle Kayla now, where we see that Lord Lundgren, the guy on the left, is kinda calling the shots. And so we move on. And of course we're gonna have to go after more bandits, why wouldn't we? And we'll meet up with some more friends. And we'll see some new classes. So we learned that this village is kind of overrun by bandits, and that not even the Marquis, which is an authority figure, is able to do anything about it. So Lynn wants to avenge her people, as in the last part we found out that her family, her mother and father, were murdered by them. And we now get a Pegasus, I think they're called Pegasus Knights. And this is actually where we get an archer too. And Florina is actually a friend of Lynn, and she ends up joining our party now. So she came after to find Lynn, and she ends up stepping on one of the bandits. So now they want to steal her Pegasus, as it's worth a bunch of money. So obviously we gotta do battle with them. And you can see we're pretty much outnumbered. But so obviously we want to visit the villages. We're actually going to end up meeting an archer. Named Will. And he joins the team. So it's just explaining how we use bows. So we're gonna move him over here and attack the guy across the wall, as obviously he can't do anything to us from a distance. So now we get to select our Pegasus Knight, and you can see that she's got like a huge amount of mobility, as well as she's got a lance, so she obviously defeats the bandit with a sword very easily. And so, since there's a bunch of people with axes around here, we're going to be sticking to swords. And Kent gets a crit, which was completely unnecessary. And levels up, increasing HP and skill. And let's check on this guy's range. Alright, so we don't want to move him there, but we can move him right here. And make sure he's got the sword out, and we'll wait. So, obviously Pegasus Knights are weak to bows, so we want to keep her away from any of the enemy archers, so on and so forth. And Will's not really going to be of much use. We got to move Lynn up. And while Kent might take damage to the archer, we still got to deal damage to that bandit, and it's only got a 24% chance of hitting, so he does miss. And we're going to move Will up so that he can be of some more assistance. And we'll go ahead and visit this village. I don't know if there's anything of use here. Okay. So we get 2,000 gold just for visiting the village, so it's always good to do that. You don't know if you're going to be able to gain a new party member or something of the like. And we're going to move Florina down here. And unfortunately, no one else can really be of use, so we'll end our turn. And he goes in for a hit and misses, luckily, and Kent deals the finishing blow. Alright, now he's got a sword, so he's going to be able to land the hit. However, he doesn't really deal much damage. And luckily he misses with the bow, although he would have only dealt 1 damage, so he's really not much of a threat. And we're going to move Will up to attack this bandit across the wall. As well as pull out the lance and take out this swordsman easily. And now we can move Kent up and around, keep the sword out, as well as move Lynn up. And we want to, let's see here. Alright, so unfortunately, everywhere that the swordsman can attack, so can the axe, so we're going to move Florina down here for now. And just have her wait. And he misses with the axe, and Sane deals 12 and finishes the bandit off after Will did the initial blow. So far, so good. And he lands it, but it's only a single point of damage, not really anything too worrisome. And this axeman's kind of a concern, so we're gonna go deal damage to him. And Kent can't reach him, unfortunately. And Lynn cannot reach the archer, so we will have Kent take him out with 2 swipes of the sword. Easy enough. And we'll move our archer up. And move Lynn. As well as, we'll see if we can deal some damage to him. And it looks like, alright, he's only got a 16% chance of, ooh, he's actually got a 64% chance of hitting, but luckily he misses. And Florina gets 2 hits in. And that'll end our turn. And he lands the whole 4 damage on Kent. Kent deals a finishing blow in return, which levels Kent up again. Who is now level 5 already, increasing strength, skill, HP, and resistance. And axes, as we know, do have an advantage over lances, but luckily, Florina, since she hits twice, does take him out and prevails. And since the last enemy can't move, we're going gonna go to the armory, and just buy a sword and a lance. As you can see that they do have limited charges, so... And Ken's been doing a lot, so I'm gonna send Sane up there. And he gets a nice hit in for 10. Unfortunately, he gets a hit back. Not the most strategic thing to do, but hopefully we can move our archer up. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get in there, so we're going to have to finish him off with Ken. And we do that quite easily. So we lose no members of the team. Ken gets a shitload of experience. Ken just got a ton of experience that fight. So, and now we have Florina and Will added to the team, Pegasus Knight as well as an archer. And as I said in the last video, you actually get to upgrade your classes too. Once they hit level 10, you can use a special item that's usually quite rare to upgrade to a better class. And the higher classes are ridiculously more powerful. So, basically, they're just talking about making sure, you know, we get the rest of them with us. So, we have a decent team now. And after this next fight, we should be able to wrap up this part. And Sane is obviously continually hitting on the women, as he always does, whereas Ken is the ever serious one. And we find out that Natalie, this woman, is actually married to a bandit named Dorcas, who we will end up encountering here shortly. But we get to talk him out of it, and he will join our team. So obviously they're planning on attacking us, you know, belittling the group because there's women in it. And you see we're very heavily outnumbered, but and Dorcas on the right is the new recruit, and I think he's just got such a ridiculous name, but so obviously we're supposed to just hold them off, and we have to keep Natalie safe for 7 turns. And we need to move Lynn, and the reason we're moving her over there is simply because she is going to end up talking to Dorcas. And we're going to make sure we have swords equipped, which we do, and wait this turn out. As well as set Will right here. And we will end this particular turn. And he ends up trying to throw the hand axe at Lynn, but misses as she is a sword wielder. And we have to equip the Manikati with her, as she's going to be able to do a hell of a lot more damage with that than a regular iron sword. Unfortunately, we didn't get to use her in battle last time, so there was really no point in doing that. And they're going to start attacking that wall up there, but it'll take them a few turns to get through it. And you can see they are just holing up in there. Unfortunately, so we're going to end up talking to him and get him to join our team. And this is just the classic Fire Emblem music, which I actually really enjoy. And Dorcas joins our team. So, we're gonna attack with the hand axe from afar. And he crit hits the enemy bandit and just absolutely crushes him. Ends up getting an iron axe in the process, which is kinda handy because he didn't have one before. And Will can deal 9, so we'll have him deal the finishing blow to that bandit. As well as have Kent deal the finishing blow to this bandit. And Kent levels up again. And we will just wait with Sane and end our turn. And so he misses, obviously, as we're using a sword, so we have the advantage. Kent gets a nice hit in, bringing him down to 9. Unfortunately, this is sword on sword, but he's only able to do 2 damage, and Sane gets a critical hit and crushes the sword-wielding bandit immediately. And he's up to level 3 now, which is good. Unfortunately, Kent's been getting most of the experience. He's 3 levels higher. And he actually lands that hit, but Sane lands a hit back, and we have an archer, so it's not really going to be too much of a problem. And he obviously calls in some reinforcements. And let's see, he's at 9, he's at 8. Let's see if Will can finish the job off, and he can, so we'll let him do that. And let's see what their radius is. Alright. Alright. So I'm going to move Sane up 1 and have him finish off this particular bandit. As you know, getting the final blow gives you quite a bit more experience, and he kind of needs to catch up. And Kent gets a nasty crit. I've been getting very lucky with these critical hits. You can see the critical hit percentage in the bottom right, which is quite a bit lower than the chances we've actually been getting. So I'm going to actually have him still equip the hand axe for now. We're going to have Lynn equip the Manikati, which is quite a bit more powerful, as well as move her over, and we will end our turn there. And they're about to break through that wall. And Sane is decently hurt, and since we don't want him perishing, we'll have him heal up. And I'm also going to... Actually, I'm going to keep him right here, that's fine. I want to see what this archer can do. Okay, she can't attack Florina from there, which is good. Dorcas does have quite a bit of HP, but don't really want to risk anything. Let's see what Will can do. 9 versus 3. Pretty decent, but I'm going to let them come to me. Alright, he can attack both of them. Alright, I'm going to have Kent use a Vulnerary as well. Normally, you'd want to be a lot more offensive than this, but obviously this isn't a very offensive situation. And we'll move Dorcas here, and Lynn here. And we'll end our turn. So we see some sword wielders coming from the northeast, so I'll probably send Florina over there to take care of them real quick. Keep Kent and Sane down at the bottom, defending that. And Kent's weapon level increases, which is a good thing. Unfortunately, the sword wielder ends up hitting Dorcas, but Dorcas ends up getting a mean hit back with only a 50% chance of hitting. So we've got a bunch of them in there with us, but we're going to have Florina come over here and deal some damage to this one, as he can't really deal too much back. And Will can... oh, he can't quite pick off that guy yet. I'm actually going to send Lynn in after the axe wielder. You can see she has a crazy high chance of getting a crit hit. Unfortunately, she doesn't land one. And we're going to send Will in to finish him off. Will levels up to level 3. And we'll send Dorcas in after the archer with an iron axe, dealing a pretty heavy amount of damage to him. And we'll have Sane back up Florina with an iron lance, crushing the sword-wielding bandit. And we'll move Kent back a little. And although a lance would be better, there is an axe wielder to the south, so we're going to stick with the sword just in case he comes up and attacks. And the sword wielder pursues the lance wielder, which is pretty dumb on his part, but fine for us. And Kent gets 2 hits in, crushing the axe-wielding bandit without much of a problem. And he's going to deal some damage to Dorcas, but I can move Dorcas up next turn and kill him pretty easily. And we're on our 6th of 7th turn, which is all good and dandy. And I use Sane with a lance to finish off that sword-wielding bandit, almost leveling Sane, which is fine by me. And actually, Lynn is kind of in need of some experience, so we're going to send her up. And let's see what the range on these bandits is. Not too good, so I can actually move Will right here safely. to hit that bandit with the iron bow, get some experience. And we'll send Kent in with an iron sword to finish off that bandit. And I mean, I can't... Sure, why not? And he misses Florina, and Florina levels up to level 2, gaining 1 HP, that's it, which is kind of unfortunate, but hey. And we'll end our turn there. So she's got 2 sword wielders, but she gets a crit and absolutely destroys that sword wielder. Sweet. And they're only dealing 2 damage, so I mean, it's not really like it's life-threatening. Now, if one of your characters dies in this, they die for good. And if one of your lords die, you lose and you have to restart the battle. A lord being Lyn in this case. There are other lords that join your party later on in the game. And Kent levels up again. Up to level 7 now, very early on. And we are on our last turn. So that's pretty cool. And I'm going to see if Kent can crush this bandit, and he can very easily. So why not? Might as well get some extra experience while we're at it, right? And Florina can finish this bandit off, so we'll have her do that. And Will can easily get some extra experience if he'd actually hit him. Unfortunately, he missed. And we'll end our turn there. He misses, giving Florina a chance to deal some damage to get some more experience. We almost got her 2 levels already. He's probably going to hit Will. Actually, he ends up missing, which is cool. Unfortunately, this archer probably won't, but he's only going to deal 3, and Will takes a hit back, dealing 9. And it's been 7 turns, so we win. And Dorcas ends up joining our group. And they're finally alright to take, at least everyone's alright to take rest. So Sane and Kent will take turns guarding the place, of course. And we will end this part here. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment on this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content I produce. Thanks for watching, guys.